Hello everybody, I'm Fred Beveridge. I am the shop teacher, agriculture instructor here at Eunice High School, Eunice, New Mexico. And this will be the first video that I'm putting up for school year 2020-2021. Students, this will be your kind of overview of what to expect for this school year as far as we know it right now. Okay. The governor of the state of New Mexico has put off in-person learning until after Labor Day. That is Tuesday, September the 8th. Is she likely to change it again? Probably. It depends on how we're doing fighting the coronavirus. Right now, the reason that we are not doing the in-person learning is because it's basically too dangerous to do so. Lee County, New Mexico is one of the hot spots in the state at the moment. We're adding about 20 to 40 cases a day of people who are catching the virus. Here in Eunice, New Mexico, it's around 25 right now, which means likely you know or have met someone who has the virus. We're also finding the latest science says that the virus is passed very easily through the air. Just me talking to you, small particles are coming out of my mouth, and if I were infected with the virus, you very easily could bring them in when you breathe in through your nose, and then they go in through the mucous membranes and you get yourself infected. So, rule number 1 of the new school year, masks. Make sure that you have a mask. Something as simple as this can help prevent the spread of the virus. Don't believe me? There was some news stories that came out yesterday about the state of Kansas. So do coronavirus, masks, Kansas, and when the governor in Kansas mandated masks be worn, the state legislature made it to where it wasn't mandatory. 90 counties said they weren't going to do it, 15 said they were going to. The 15 counties that said they were going to enforce the mask rule have seen a reduction in the coronavirus rate, while the other 90, that virus is chugging along just fine, thank you. The other thing about the coronavirus is that even though politicians are saying that young people can't get the virus, young people are getting the virus, young people are dying of the virus. Young people also are having some syndromes that are happening after the virus where they're going to have lifelong lasting effects of the virus. It could be lung damage, it could be some other things that are cropping up. Just Google it in the news and you'll find out it from different reliable sources. As for me personally, I'm concerned about getting the virus because I don't know what version I'm going to get. There's supposed to be somewhere around 19 different versions of the coronavirus right now. And when you're a more mature person, that's a nice way of saying older, and you are overweight like I am, also if you have a certain blood type, there's a certain blood type out there that is more likely to get the virus and have damaging effects than others. Guess what? I get all of that. So, I don't want the virus. I'll be wearing a mask all the time when you're here. Right now at Eunice Public Schools, we will be doing social distancing. The school has a plan where we can have all students back on campus and still accomplish the social distancing. The only scary spot's going to be in passing periods. We want to make sure that everybody is keeping their social distance. First thing in the day when you come to school, you will have your temperature taken, and we will make sure that you have a mask on when you walk in the door. If your temperature, I think, is above 100.7, you're going home. No questions asked. Don't want to wear a mask? You're going home. No questions asked. The superintendent's already told the story in a school board meeting that a parent who doesn't particularly think the virus is that dangerous, doesn't want their student to have to wear a mask all day, is going to keep their student home for this year. That's their choice. The reason that I wear a mask when I have it is because when you see me, you don't know if I have it or not. Me wearing the mask shows you that I care about you enough that I'm going to keep this stuff coming out of my mouth from getting out here in the air that you're breathing and keep you from getting it. That's what the mask is about. Whether you agree with the masking rule or not, it is what it is, and it's a public health threat. Okay? Which means it can affect everybody, and most likely will eventually affect everybody. The other thing to keep in mind on all of these masking rules and the regulations that you're seeing enforced right now, the biggest concern is not that people get the virus, is that people get sick enough that they need to go to the hospital, and we only have a limited number of beds in the hospital to take care of people. The idea is, by enforcing these rules, we don't allow the hospitals to be overwhelmed. Watch the news on ABC, CBS, CNN, Fox any night of the week, and look at the stories about the hospitals where the doctors and the nurses are running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and every bed is full and somebody's sick. That's why we wear the mask, is we don't want to overwhelm the hospitals and the doctors and the nurses. Eventually everybody's probably going to get it, or we're going to have a vaccine for it. But we want you to be safe. And I want to make sure that you continue to have a long and healthy life ahead of you. Alright, so temperature will be taken when you get to school. If anybody gets sick during the day, they're going to ask you to go home. If somebody comes down with COVID, we're still working on that. But it's looking like if enough people test positive for COVID over a day or two, school will be shut down for at least 2 weeks. And that'll be a local decision. That doesn't have to come from Santa Fe. The idea is you'll stay home, we'll nip it in the bud, we'll all come back and we'll try it again, which is why you'll need to be flexible this year. Every student will be getting a computer. The school district has invested almost $1 million to get students computers, to get the infrastructure up to speed so that we can run all those computers all at once, and that you have the opportunity to learn, which is also where these videos are going to come in, because I need to make sure that you have personalized instruction from me to you about what's happening. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, fbeverage, F-B-E-V-E-R-A-G-E, at unis.org. Happy to answer them. We're going to be using Google Classroom. Seemed to work pretty well during the last part of the semester. I know in the welding and construction classes I only had 1 or 2 students that chose not to use it. I don't know why. I thought it was fairly easy to use. We're going to be having an in-service in the next few days to show us more ways to use it efficiently. Look forward to Zoom meetings. Look forward to Google Classroom video chat meetings. We're going to be using the technology. For those of you students who may or may not have good internet connectivity, the school district is also investing in some devices to get you connected to the World Wide Web. Alright, so the school district is looking after you. What else do you need to know? Right now it's going to be a 4-day week, Monday through Thursday. Friday will be the day that the teachers do our virtual learning and lessons, where you will be meeting online. There will be an online component to the shop classes. I'm excited about that because it's going to give me a chance to get you more information that I might not be too familiar with, but we can get you the information and exposure to it. You will be required to check in. If you do not check in on Friday or through the weekend, you will be counted absent for that class period. So please don't think that getting Friday off is your day to go out and get another day on a job somewhere where you can earn some more money. You will be required to do some schoolwork on Friday or Saturday or Sunday. So it's not like the learning stops on that day. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to tell you right off the top of my head. I think that about covers it. Key word for 2020-2021, be flexible. Don't be angry at everything. You know, as teachers, we make plans. I've spent all summer making plans. Those of you that are enrolled in the advanced welding class, I've got this all down. I've got a beautiful lesson planned for you for the year. You're going to be learning a lot of things that have to do with pipe welding and fabrication and math that goes into this, and how to do the job skills to get yourself a job. And it's about 80% of the American Welding Society Level 1. Those of you in beginning welding, I want to get you in here as quickly as possible so that we have a chance to get through all of the required assignments that I have for you, so that you can progress up the chain there and learn a skill. Those of you in the construction class, it's still going to be just basic construction. We're going to be learning how to use the hand tools, the power tools. We'll be building a few little school projects and then working our way up to something larger. Could involve building another shelf in a storeroom, could be finishing out the storage sheds that we have already started. So, and 8th graders, got plenty in line for you too, so that you can get some hands-on work in here. Be building boot jacks or birdhouses, toolboxes, bookshelves. I'm thinking about ordering some clock kits in so that you can build a clock for somebody. And in all of the construction classes, you're going to be building at least one toy for Christmas to be donated to the City of Eunice Toy Drive, so that the kids that don't have anything are going to be able to get something, and it's going to be handmade from you. So lots of exciting things going on here in the shop classes this fall. Looking forward to seeing you, all of you, in real life here in the classroom with your mask. Yep, we're going to have masks. But I'm looking forward to the bodies to be here. And I want you in class so we can get you busy. That's all for now. I will be doing these videos occasionally to give you updates on things that are going on that you may or may not be aware of. Talk to you soon.